Hi, my name is Alison Graham and I'm a reporter at the Roanoke Times. I've been here for about 2 years, mostly reporting on Roanoke County and Salem local government, but now working on this series called Social Services Under Strain. So the Social Services Under Strain series has been about a year of work. I've been researching, reading documents, and interviewing stakeholders sort of in the system, out of the system, and families that have been involved. And basically what I found is a system that is incredibly strained. There's too few foster parents, caseloads are very high, there's not enough caseworkers, pay is very low. But there's also a huge lack of accountability and oversight. And unfortunately, the Joint Legislative Audit and Review Commission has been pointing this problem out for close to 40 years, and progress and fixes have been very slow at the state level. So the Social Services Under Strain series is meant to take sort of a wide look at the social services system from the ground up, explain who's involved, who's in charge, and also bring some of the devastating personal stories of people who have been involved in the system to readers of the Roanoke Times. So the first story in the series looked at a specific locality, Rockbridge County. A Child Protective Services supervisor had been shredding child abuse complaints before they could be investigated, and all of the problems in the department ended up culminating in the death of an infant. This next story will feature two stories that will run at the same time. The first will look specifically at state and regional authority over local departments and the lack of authority that regional offices have to enforce policies, which essentially leaves local directors to make decisions autonomously. The second will focus mostly on local governing bodies and local boards of social services who, all have an authority over a local department and its director. But, unclear lines of authority and sort of, too many people in charge leaves sort of a confusing bureaucratic system that's really hard for foster parents, biological parents, foster kids, and even local DSS employees to navigate and bring up issues or, appeal decisions. So the Virginia Department of Social Services is one of the largest departments in the state. It has a huge budget that continues to rise every year. There's also 5,000 foster children throughout the state of Virginia, and their needs are becoming more and more complicated. Through my research, I've learned that trauma is cyclical. If children aren't getting the help and the services that they need at a young age, they're going to need them tenfold later in life. This series is meant to look at the whole system, what has been happening for the last 40 years, what hasn't been happening for the last 40 years or even more, and hopefully providing some kind of outline of how Virginia can fix some of these issues and greater serve children and families. So we hope that you will read the story that's coming out this weekend and the others that are going to be coming out in the next few months focused on various issues within the system. And if you haven't read the first installment, you can find it at roanoke.com.